Nakatuto kayo sa Kaunla Radio dito sa DevC 206 Radio. Kaunla Radio, usapang kaunlaran sa radyo. Ako si Angel Roque, ang inyong tagapagpadaloy. Para sa ating unang talakayan, may mga panauhin tayo mula sa iba't ibang industriya ng Pilipinas. Mula sa Information Technology Industry, isang data engineer, si Lairine Carigara. Sa mundo ng accountancy, si Kiara Manalo, at mula sa larangan ng medisina, si Rafael Osmeña.
Ayun, moving forward sa first question natin, anong current status sa inyong industry, respective industries, and if may common issues kayong na-experience, for example, in the accounting industry, especially mga audit problems, kung may ganun man, or tsaka dito sa data engineering, is there anything na pressing issues or something na sobrang mind-boggling na something you want to share? Tapos, how will these issues affect the general public?
Okay, so yung first point ko is yung disparity ng tertiary education versus yung actual. Kasi nga, yun nga, first thing, kaya ako nasabi yun, dahil nga merong low passing rate sa CPA board exams. Ayun nga, kasi ang dami, basing on my experience din, ang dami dun sa mga inaral ko sa review center. Sa review center, ang dami kong inaral sa review center na wala nung undergrad, hindi naturo. Talagang isisiksik ko na sa'yo ng review na lang. Which is dapat, tinuturo na lahat ng subjects sa undergrad. Ayun. Tapos, yun nga, yung second part naman, yung sa actual sa industry na, pag nasa industry ka na ang dami ding mahirapang mag-adjust kasi like yung systems, for example, Excel tsaka yung SAP, yung mga ganong apps, hindi masyadong tinuro sa undergrad. Talagang sa work na lang ituturo sa'yo. Parang papasok ka ng work, ng unang magiging work mo. Theories lang talaga yung alam mo. Tapos hindi pa ganun ka kompleto kasi na hindi tinuturo lahat. Ayun. So yun yung unang problem na nakita ko sa education part. Kaya nagsasuffer yung passing rate tsaka yung adjustment ng mga fresh graduates ng accounting sa pagpasok sa work. Now yung second issue na nakikita ko ngayon is yung ang madalas sa accounting talaga, overworked and underpaid. So, isa din kami sa pinakapagod na industry. Kasi nga, yun nga, nag-stage, syempre, gumagawa kami ng reports ng mga companies, we make sure na na-record namin at transactions, ganyan, we make reports, nagpapasa kami sa DTR, mga ganun. Thankfully, hindi naman ganun, may work-life balance naman dito sa sa work ko ngayon, pero I'm speaking from my other colleagues, yung mga nasa audit firm na literal na 14 hours a day nagtatrabaho, nagkakasakit, nagkakaroon ng anxiety attacks, mga ganun. Pero yung pay, hindi worth it para sa ganun. Parang ang advantage ng pag nag-audit firm is yung supervisory level ka na after 2 or 3 years. Pero yung, alam mo yun, kailangan mo pang hindi worth it yung payment for some reason. Kaya marami din sa mga CPA, ang hirap naman pumasa. So, konti na nga lang yung certified public accountant sa country. Tapos mag-iibang bansa pa dahil nga doon sa low pay, sa overwork of the pay. Kaya nag-iibang bansa yung so sayang yung talents na nandito sa Philippines na supposedly dapat stay tapos napupunta sa ibang bansa. So, ayun, yun yung nagiging impact sa society talaga yung low education and low pay na syempre tinukulang tayo dito ng talents dito sa country natin na hindi tayo mag-move forward. Hindi tayo mag-move forward kasi as a country dahil nga yung mga talents natin pumupunta sa ibang bansa.
Thank you, Kiara. How about
you.
sa industry niyo, Lai?
Hello, ayan. So sa amin sa IT industry, siguro may konting din same na instances, yung katulad dun sa tools na kailangan since pag IT kasi kailangan malawak yung understanding at yung ability mo dun sa mga tools na required since iba-iba naman yon kada company. So most of the time nga same na puro theories lang, concepts lang ang naituturo tuwing college and ako kasi from PUP Santa Mesa, so medyo limited din yung resources namin. So kunyari sa PC 5 kami nag-share ganon. So hindi lahat nakaka-experience no, yung on-hand talaga na experience tuwing may mga lab activities. So ayun, isang din yun, isang issue din yun syempre sa education system natin. Yan na at lalo na public school din kasi kami, ayan, public university. And then isa din sa pressing issues is yung sa IT industry ngayon na lagi yung OT, ayan, overwork din yung mga tao and yung expectation na kapag nasa IT ka, malaki yung sahod. So, may may factors depending dun sa na yun na may mga work kasi na hindi naman nag-OT dahil may time lang talaga yung shift nila and yung mga may OT naman kadalasan is yun yung may mga clients na halimbawa mga nasa ibang bansa na gano'n. So, doon naman sa part na sahod, ayan. So, hindi lahat kasi ina-expect mo na kapag nasa IT industry ka, malaki yung sahod. So, hindi lahat may ganong opportunity dahil yung sahod na yan, may kailangan din na trainings and certifications, ayan. So, kung sa ibang courses kasi, merong mga board exam, ayan. May mga exam kayong tinitake. So, sa IT and computer engineering, alam ko wala. Ayan, wala kaming board exam, wala kaming mga ganyan. Pero, sandamakmak yung aming certifications naman. So, kada tool kasi may certifications. Ayan, kunyari yung sa SAP, ayan, may certification yung mga ganyan and may mga levels din yan. And to make things worse pa, yung certifications, minsan naglalast lang siya ng years. So, pinaka-maiksi siguro 1 year and then for the next year, kailangan mo ulit ng certification. Yun. So, parang mas okay pa nga yung board exam na habang buhay na siya na license, diba? So, ayun. Then, doon nakadepend kung mapopromote ka, ayan, kung matataas yung sahod mo, ganyan, bibigyan ka ng opportunity na ganun, may mga bonus depende sa certifications na meron ka. So, hindi tulad ng inisip ng iba na madali yung IT.
Grabe, especially if you think about it, isa sa mga booming industries dapat yung IT, especially we're moving to a more digital world, especially during the pandemic. Tapos hearing that, parang hindi rin fair sa mga nag-aral for that. Tapos kulang pa yung tinuturo sa kanila. So in a way, medyo nagiging common yung mga problems natin. Like, for example, yung brain drain. Ang daming lumilipad sa ibang bansa just to get a higher opportunity, a better opportunity din para sa kanilang mga sahod, para makabuhay din sila ng mga pamilya nila. So,
okay, so my current status right now in the medical field, so I'm a first-year medical student, so I just started out. Now, with regards to the common issues in the field, since syempre I just started out, so I don't have that much general knowledge, but I was able to talk to my other professors who are doctors, so they're all doctors. I'll just refer to them as doctors. So, nakausap ko naman yung mga ibang docs subjects ko. And the overlying problem or the general problem with issue in our field is the lack of accessible healthcare. So, most of the most of the premier treatments for certain diseases, especially the ones that affect our general public right now, like diabetes or cardiovascular problems, pulmonary diseases, are usually centered in urban centers. So if people want quality healthcare, they have to go, dadayo pa sila from their provinces or wherever they come from. Malayo talaga yung ano nila, yung lalakarin nila or yung bibiyahe nila papunta sa Manila. Ngayon, the money that they need to spend for the treatment, naubos na sa biyahe. So medyo, it's not fair. One of the things we want to achieve is to create premier medical centers in the rural areas, syempre, to decongest the greatness, decongest the expertise
capacity,
hindi lang sa Manila lang. So i-spread out siya to other areas. Yun. As a med student and as former DevStud student, knowing those issues and how there is a lack of follow-up, I think moving forward as a healthcare professional, knowing that people go through these things, I will endeavor and I will help others to endeavor to not repeat those mistakes, to follow up with patients, to think, walk a mile in their shoes, syempre. How can you treat them if you don't understand what they're going through, diba? You don't necessarily have to live what they're going through. You just have to have the heart to understand what they're going through. Na walang mas nakaangat sa walang mas nakakaangat. Everyone is equal. Everyone just has their own problems, their own issues to deal with. Yun lang yun.
Yun. Thank you for your answers, accountancy and IT sa inyong mga industries. How do you think your respective professions will help address the problems na na-mention nyo kanina?
Sa akin naman, as an IT, working in IT industry, ayan, sana magkaroon pa ng maraming workshops, ayan, mga volunteer drives or mga events na kung saan matuturuan natin yung general public ng mga basic na tools lang na available sa kanila para mas maging efficient yung buhay nila. Since nasa modern world na tayo, dominated na ng technology. So sana hindi lang tayo yung makinabang, maging available pa yung information na to, yung opportunity na to para sa mas maraming tao. Di lang sa government, ayan, sa mga simpleng tao pa.
So, sa mga fellow accountants ko naman, alam kong masisipag tayo. Don't forget to take care of yourself. As much as possible, parang hindi mo mapagkasama sa isang sentence yung accountant tapos work-life balance. Please do try na there is life outside our, as much as alam ko maganda yung profession natin. Please take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your physically and mentally. And capital, kung nasa sitwasyon ka naman na talagang wala ganun talaga pag pinasok natin to, guys. Pinasok natin to profession na to. So, kapit lang na basta, and always pray. Look for your loved ones, ask them for support. Find people na susuportahan ka. That's all.
Oh. Oh. Ikaw, Lai, anything you'd like to say to your fellow IT folks?
IT. Yun din, work-life balance. Ayan. Mahirap maghanap ng company na nag-o-offer ng ganun. Pero, try na panindigan natin yung oras lang na ibinigay sa atin para mag-work, na hindi natin ubusin yung oras natin para sa company ng ibang tao. Ayan, magbigay tayo ng oras din para sa ating sarili and para sa ating mga loved ones.
Oh.
The solution that has to be done, it cannot just be focused on one area.
Yes.
To target the source of the problem, you have to go to the root of the problem. Usually, what is the root cause of, or what is the root problem that our general public faces? Poverty, sickness, lack of necessities, pero mostly it's poverty. So why are they poor? Is it a lack of management with their finances? Why do they lack the management of their finances? Kasi isa lang yung trabaho nila, and what kind of job are they, or kung walang trabaho, ano yung magagawa nila, diba? What work are they qualified for? Now, in regards kasi to the medical field, you want to help them, syempre. But you don't just want to help them, like, just teach them what practices are good for hygiene. You can't just teach them and expect them to understand. You have to, again, walk in their shoes, speak to them into the language that they understand.
And sobrang thank you. Thank you for the opportunity sa pagkausap sa akin and to really let me get into the feet and really walk a mile with a short conversation. Even if it's short, it was really thoughtful and sobrang dami ko natutunan from a depth perspective. It's really hindi pa rin nawawala yung hope for the future generations to come. And thank you also for shedding light sa ganong concerns na it's still prevalent.
Oh, yeah.
Hindi siya nawala, it's still continuing. And that's really alarming kasi it's been decades. It's not just our college years, it has been going on for so long. And it still hasn't been resolved. So yun, sobrang wake-up call siya ulit for the nth time. Kaya thank you for letting me know all those things and for sharing your thoughts, ideas, and your feelings din. Sobrang thank you.
Maraming salamat sa pagtutok sa Kaunla Radio, usapang kaunlaran sa radyo. Muli, ako si Angel Roque, at hanggang sa muli.